Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited once here again, and today we're going to be doing a video for the fight coming on the 14th September between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. It's for the unified title of WBA, WBC, and WBO. It is a super middleweight championship of the world. And we're going to talk about the tactics and the predictions in this fight. Well, what can I say? Canelo has been disappointing in selection of fights. He's been selecting fighters, and he's been a worry for so many people, even including my humble self. I've spoken about it, I've written about it, I've done videos about it. But since the authorities, people at the helm of the affairs of the boxing world has allowed him to continue that way, what can we do? We are mere mortals, So we're looking at this fight, and we're saying that he has probably come too early for Edgar Berlanga. He's still a young guy, undefeated. He's still building his CV. And then the next thing here is an opportunity too. If he can take it, he will win. But I doubt it. I have to be honest with you. Canelo is a top-class fighter. And the reason I've said it here, only in the Boxing Unlimited, the reason is avoiding Benavidez and the Morel. He doesn't want to fight them again. Is that after the operation he had in his arm, his punches haven't got the venom that he used to have, the pop that the punches have. But after the knockout, after knocking Caleb Plant out, Canelo has not been the same because he's gone for operation on his hands, which of any of his hands, but he's done operation. That's the information we're getting. Can only hear that from Boxing Unlimited. After that, he's not been knocking people out. He will put them down, but his ability to finish fights again is no longer there. We saw him against first and foremost against. I've forgotten that, but I'll remember. I'll remember the course of the video, and I will tell you. His fight with for any person to beat Canelo. Let's start with that. We'll tell you the other ones when I remember, because in the course of this video, I'll remember and I'll tell you. For any person to beat Canelo, he has to come with a system that obsesses Canelo. And that system is movement. We've seen two people that the two losses he had is all the movement and the accuracy and the combinations and all those punches. That is that is the system he used in beating Canelo. For Edgar Berlanga to have a chance against Canelo Alvarez, he has to come from his work rate, his movement in and out, in and out. We saw Mayweather do that. We saw Bivol do that. It's very important to state this. That's the only way. That is the yardstick, or the yardstick to beat Canelo is when you come through that way, you upset his reading. He doesn't know when you're going to come in, and you come in and throw like before came in and threw back, moves back again. Canelo will be on the hunt, and Canelo will lunge. When Canelo lunges, he steps back. The lunges will, I thought he would take a sting out of it. Then he comes with the right hand again. And that is what Mayweather did as well. So for you to beat Canelo, it has to be the accuracy of punches, your work rate, your movement, the venom in your punches. So that when he wants to come in and, bulldoze his way into you, Canelo is not that, he's not a big super middleweight. He's 5'8". Edgar Berlanga is 6 foot. He's got rich advantage and everything. But can he replicate that in the power that he has in beating other fighters, in knocking people out? We say no, not against Canelo. He can't knock Canelo out. Canelo got a neck that is large. And for you to knock people out, you have to check their brain. Put their brain in another position at that moment, and then that is when they lose the count and go down, But I don't think Edgar Berlanga is going to be able to do that. Having said that, I will have to say that Canelo has been undermining in his recent fights. His fight with Mongua, who he knocked down. His fight with and he couldn't finish. one decision. His fight with again, I have to stop here now and go on with what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is the tactics to beat Canelo, and does Edgar Berlanga has that tactic to beat him. I must say that if he wants to beat him, it has to come from the inside. He has to have a superior work rate against Canelo, and he has to come in and out, movement. He can fight. He's somebody that can fight on the back foot and fight on the front foot. But to beat Canelo, you have to make Canelo fight on the back foot. We saw his first fight against Golovkin. We saw what happened, and Canelo can only be beaten when you push him back and make him miss and pay. You must make Canelo miss and pay, and you must hit him blows on the body to weaken him, to weaken his legs. Canelo Alvarez is a very dangerous fighter. He can punch, he can take a punch, he can bob, he bobs and waves. That is the way he comes in. He likes fighting on the inside because he's shot at 5'8". And what can we say about Canelo? Canelo against Edgar Berlanga is a very good fight, but as we said before, this fight has come too early for Edgar. But if he fights in a certain way, he has a chance. He's a young man. He's developing. Canelo is seeing things. He's fought over 65, and I think he's turned professional at the age of 15, and it's taking a toll on him. That is why he's ducking or dodging, whatever name he wants to use it, against his mandatory, which is very unfortunate. Canelo's legacy is going to be affected by this particular thing about dodging Benavidez and ducking Morel, because these guys are mandatory that he didn't want to fight. It's going to affect him just like what Riddick Bowe, when he refused to fight Lennox Lewis when he was his mandatory. It's going to be like that. When you talk about Canelo, you say at the end of the day he's a good fighter, but he never agreed to fight his mandatory David Benavidez or David Morel. All these things are just there. His legacy is okay. He's done. He's fight so many fighters. But for Berlanga to say to have a chance against Canelo, he has to come from the way of body punches, and his movement have to be superb. Whether after all said and done, whether that is going to be possible against Canelo, because the pressure Canelo comes off with is incredible. Canelo comes off with a pressure, pushes you back to the corner, and delivers blows, heavy blows, to the body, to the head, to the ribs, to the solar plexus. The question we're asking is, can Edgar Berlanga be able to take all this punishment and stand? Can he face adversity, so to say, and adapt to it? That's the only way he can have a chance against Canelo. Canelo is a proper breed. He's got experience. He's fought the best of the best. There's nobody in boxing circle that Canelo has not fought. He's not too old, but the wear and tear in boxing and the fights, the wars he's had, especially there were 2 wars he had first with Golovkin. I think he's taken a toll on him. I think that is why. And then the operation he's had in his hand, and then because if he knocks out Berlanga, if he knocks him out, I think the fight between David Benavidez and the Canelo will be by the side. It will be nearer because that confidence will come back into Canelo. I'm saying this because we have information that the operation is not wasn't very successful. Especially what he did was to remove the sting and the venom from the punches that Canelo usually throws. So, but when he regains that power back again by knocking any person out, his confidence will grow and he will call up for the fight again, because now he's putting all these outrageous amounts, even against Crawford, who is of lower weight. He's coming up, jumping two-weight division to come up and fight him. And then he's putting incredible and unnecessary and outrageous amounts to fight them. That shows you that he's ducking them because nobody's going to pay him that money. Even the Saudi guy, Allah Sheikh, he's not ready to pay that kind of money. We saw what happened between them, and we saw the form the Canelo made about everything, But that is by the way. It's for another day. We'll have a video to talk about that. Essentially, that at the moment. We're talking about Canelo still and the tactics Berlanga will use in beating Canelo. The tactics is, as we say, the work rate, the movement, but the combinations, the accuracy of punches, and the willpower and determination to win. But the question again is a $1 million question, so to say the least. Is can Berlanga be able to sustain the powerful attack of? Can he take Canelo punches? Let's put it like that. Can he be able to take the punches that Canelo threw? I will have to be honest with you. It's very difficult because Canelo is a heavy puncher. People that have gone into the ring saying so many things about Canelo, how they're gonna pieces him, how they're gonna do this and that. Once they go in there within the first 2 rounds or 3 rounds and take the power of Canelo, they will shy away from coming forward. And I will believe that is what's going to happen in this fight. But whether Canelo is going to knock Berlanga out, we will say no, because he's punching, he doesn't have that sting, that venom in his punches anymore because of the operation he had. You can only hear this in Boxing Unlimited. Canelo is not going to knock Berlanga out, but he will win him by unanimous decision. And that unanimous decision is